Well, hello, my name is Julie and I am on a very slow and dirty low carb journey, and I don't think I can even make this video. I thought I could do it. I thought I'm having a great morning. Well, I don't have makeup on, so hey, that's good. And I'm keeping the sunglasses on because I want to share this story. Fuck. But this... All right, so let's go back a little way. So, okay, you guys know I have struggled with an eating disorder since I was 16 years old. And struggled with the developings, is that a word? Developings of an eating disorder since I was about 3 years old. Yes, that is possible. But I have been, sorry for the shadow, we're driving right into the shadow. I just finished dumpster diving. That's what I do in my real life. This is my real life. That is what I do, is I dumpster dive, and I just finished that. Okay, so you know that I struggle with an eating disorder, but that I have been doing really, really well for about a year, as far as not engaging in those destructive behaviors. And this situation almost ruined that. But I am not gonna let this fucking lady, this horrible hag piece of shit person, ruin that for me. Because I deserve better. My family deserves better. I am not, that is part of why I'm making this fucking video, is I am not gonna let this person who has nothing better in their life and is so miserable, so extremely miserable, that just has to try and make other people, random strangers, miserable to make herself feel better. Whoever she is, her life must be just so amazingly awful. The one thing I'm grateful for, there's a couple things I'm grateful for in this situation. I'm grateful that I have an outlet to share it, okay? I'm grateful that I've been able to handle it, that my kids have been able to handle it, and that we have been mostly okay. I'm grateful that I do not know or interact with this horrible person in regular life, that this person is not part of my life. And oh my God, I feel bad. I feel awful, horrible for anyone who is in this woman's life. Oh my fucking God. Her kids, if she has kids, good God, I hope not. I hope not. God help them if she has kids or had a husband of, or a partner of some kind. I mean, I can only imagine, because me, as an absolute and complete stranger, she treated me like utter and complete shit. Like, with the utmost lack of humanity. How would she treat people in her actual, like, daily sphere, in her family? I don't know. Oh, wow. Okay, anyway, so there's something I'm grateful for. So you're like, okay, well, what happened? Well, okay. You know, I like being mad so much better than being sad. When I'm angry, I feel purpose and power and not necessarily control, but I do feel like I can do something, you know, like, whereas when I'm just sad and upset, no. We went to Yuma, Arizona, just the kids and I. We caravanned with my mom on the way down, and that was a whole nother adventure. Her car broke down, and we were only like an hour and a half away from Yuma. That was a whole nother thing, okay? And that was after this situation happened. So we had been driving already like 7 hours at least 7 hours, the kids and I, through the deserts, and we get to Needles, California. And it's this little town on Route 66 in the middle of nothing and nowhere, desert town, hot as hell, and just there's nothing there, okay? But there was a gas station and a Dairy Queen in the gas station. The kids were hungry, I was hungry, we needed gas, so we get gas. Or did we even get gas there? I don't think we did. I don't remember. Anyway, it was a long drive, okay? It was a long drive. So the kids have been great sports. You know, they're doing such a good job. I'm so proud of them. So we stopped to get lunch, and we go into the gas station there in Needles. Guy opens the door for us. He is just sweet and a gentleman and so kind. And we go in and figure out where the Dairy Queen is to order, and the girl working the Dairy Queen, she was delightful, she was wonderful. So obviously not everyone in Needles, you know, they're not all assholes, okay? There are good people. It's that one bad, horrible, fucking rotten apple that ruins it for everybody, okay? And leaves a horrible taste in my mouth for the town of Needles. And in fact, on our way back from Yuma, we just cruised through. We did not stop. And I actually needed gas even. And I was like, so traumatized that I'm like, no, we will go somewhere else. And we did. We made it. So we go and we do our order, and we're having so much fun. We like order our stuff, food for the kids. We got, what are they called? They're ice cream things that they do at Dairy Queen. And they're like so thick that if you turn them over, the ice cream doesn't fall out. And they do this thing of each time they hand you one, like I had gotten one for me and like little ones for the kids. So each one that they hand to you, they turn it upside down. It was so cute. It was so fun. We were loving it. We were waiting for my mom to catch up to us because she had gotten stuck behind like a caravan of trucks. So we went outside. It was a gorgeous day. There was a bench out front of the Dairy Queen gas station thing. So we sit on this bench and we're eating our ice cream. We are having this perfect moment. Just a perfect moment on our long drive, sitting there having a well-deserved treat. And this woman, this old, haggish, and no, this is not ageism. I know not all old people are bad people or ornery people, and if I'm lucky enough, I will someday be old, okay? So please don't take it that way. But this woman, this witch, this demon, this horrible, pathetic human being is walking up to the gas station. We're sitting there eating our ice cream. We're having a great time, laughing and talking. And so as miserable as she can't let some happy group of people be there. We were literally an offense to her, an affront to her. She comes up, and I at first mistook what she was doing for just a funny old lady joking with us because, you know, people will do that. She comes up and she didn't sound at first like there wasn't malice. It didn't sound like at first in her voice. Okay. So I had no warning. I'm sitting there with my kids on a gorgeous spring day eating ice cream. And this bitch just comes up and she's like, points at my ice cream that I'm eating. She doesn't talk to my kids. Oh, God help her if she had talked to my fucking kids. That would be it. It would have been bad. Okay. I did the best that I could because my kids were right there. and because she went after me and not my kids. But I'm not going to say I would have knocked down an old lady, okay? Because I'm a better person than that. But, so she is walking up and she stops and turns to me and she says, pointing at my ice cream, "Does that add fat to you?" And I'm thinking she's one of those ha ha ha, stupid joke kind of people. And I'm like, nope. And thinking, okay, she's going to ha ha, she's going to just walk in the store. No, she doesn't. She doesn't. No. She's like, liar. And this time there was malice in her voice. And I'm like, huh? And this is word for word, okay? It is burned into my memory. I say, huh? And she's like, "That's why you're 30 pounds overweight." And I'm like, wow, fuck you. And said that to her. And she's like, "Thank you." And I'm like, "You're welcome. Have a nice day." And she turns back to me, "Well, I will, because I'm not fat." And starts walking towards us. And I'm like, "You need to leave now. Can you leave now?" "Well, I don't have to." And then she turns around and walks into the gas station. Part of me was flattered. I'm going to be honest. Because I'm 100 pounds overweight for my height and my frame. So I'm like, fuck you, bitchy old woman. You actually, in a way, complimented me saying I'm 30 pounds overweight. No, I'm 100 pounds overweight. But what the fuck business is it of yours? Who the hell do you think you are that you just go up to a random family that is happily sitting in the sun at a gas station? You don't know their situation. You don't know who they are. You have no idea what is going on in their life. You have no idea that we have been on the road all fucking day. We are on the way to visit my family who 6 months ago buried their daughter and have been in these who desperately needed family to come and be with them and support them and distract them and bring some light and some joy into their life. And that is what we were on our way to do. You have no fucking idea that the person that you are insulting, that you are accosting, has dealt with an eating disorder the majority of her life, has been hospitalized, has nearly fucking died, and is finally in a good place and doing well. You don't know that the kids sitting next to her are dealing with health problems that you cannot imagine. You don't know that my child nearly died last year and was in the hospital for almost 3 fucking weeks. And that I sat in an ICU waiting, not knowing, for 12 hours, not knowing if my kid was going to die. And I am doing so good. I have been doing so good. Not letting the stress of all of these situations throw me off or mess me up or send me spiraling back into destructive, horrible behaviors. And here you come. You don't know me. You don't know my kids. You had no call for this, no excuse for this, no reason for this other than your own miserable, horrible attitude and life. You just desperately needed, for whatever reason, some sick, twisted, psychopathic reason to drag somebody else down because it was such an affront to you, such an offense that someone who was not as slim as you, and guys, she wasn't even skinny, okay? She herself was at least 10, 20 pounds overweight, okay? But I never in my fucking life would say something like that to someone or even have thought that about her. If she hadn't come and accosted me and my family as we're just sitting there. We did nothing to her, and I honestly, as the kids and I later in the van processed this together and talked about it together, I told them, even after what that woman did to us, when she went back out, and I will tell you, when she came back out, she was ornery to everyone else that was coming and going from the store. So it wasn't just us, okay? This is a miserable, just parasitic, horrible person. She is a poison, a disease, a cancer of society. The people that were coming into the store when she was going out and the other people going out, she was rude to them as well. I don't know exactly what she said to them because luckily we were on our way out. We were leaving by then. But she was rude to all of them too. You could see it. You could hear the tone. This is someone that is just so nasty. So nasty. They cannot help themselves. But even after all of that, I told my kids, and I mean this, I swear to you, I mean this, because this is who I am, who I choose to be. If that old woman who, she could barely walk, you guys, I'm like, you fucking woman, you're complaining about my very existence as I'm sitting here eating an ice cream because you think I'm 30 pounds overweight. You can barely walk. I hike, I walk, I dumpster dive, I garden, I live my life. You can barely walk, but you're happier than me. You have a better life than me because you're not fat. Fuck you. Fuck you, okay? Even with everything, seeing how she could barely walk back to her car. If anything had happened, if that woman had tripped, if she had fallen, I would have gone and helped her up. I would have gone out of my way to make sure that this rotten, horrible cancer of a person was okay, because that is who I am. That's who I am. That is who I choose to be as a person, as part of humanity. The kids were amazing in how they processed this. We talked about it. We sat in the van, and for a half hour at least we talked about it. And Olivia, she knows my history of an eating disorder, and we checked in, and I don't let it be her thing to be my therapist or whatever, but she gets concerned and she asks and she expects me to check in with her and let her know how I'm doing, because it's something she's obviously concerned about. Hello, I was pregnant with her when I was admitted for 3 months into a lockdown eating disorder treatment center, okay? Because she nearly died in the womb, all right? She asks me to check in. She knows this was an upsetting, horrible situation. She's handling it like a champ, and she wants to make sure mom is okay. We talked about it. I kept it together. I didn't cry. We laughed. We made some pretty rotten jokes that were fantastic and a great therapy, and we got through it. We got through it, and we moved on. We have discussed it since, because of course it was still bothering me. It was still bothering the kids. And we have talked a few times since then to continue processing this assault, this horrible situation where my kids had to see and hear and experience this horrible side of humanity that does in fact exist. You see all these TikTok videos and these other things on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, where people are recording and catch these quote unquote Karen situations or just these horrible people, and you're like, is that staged? Would something like that actually happen? Is that real? Are people really like that? People could not possibly really be like that. People can't be like that, especially now in the times of just crisis that we live in. No, it's real. I wasn't recording because I was eating my ice cream. No, this really happens. These things really do happen. Those people really do exist. If you had any doubt, no, that they are real. And my kids and I, we got to be front and center to that experience and be on the receiving end of it. And it was shit, okay? It could have ruined our entire trip. It could have, but I chose, and they chose, we chose as a family not to let it do that. Now, there were other repercussions later because of a situation with my mom and just other stuff, and I'm not going to get into all that here. But as a family, we chose to still have a fabulous vacation and time with my brother's family to enjoy our spring break. But I'm not gonna lie, it has been weighing on my mind and on my heart and just on my psyche, on my mental health, and I needed to finally get it out. And it is what it is. If you choose to comment on it, if you made it past the volatility of all of this, kudos, good job. You guys know this is my unfiltered platform where I can say whatever the hell I want, and I don't have to be positive and optimistic and give that side of myself that I do on our other two channels. Here, I just am able to let it out, and good God, I'm so grateful. Thank you for letting me have this platform. As awful as the situation was, as horrible as that was for myself and my family, and as much as this has been weighing on me and absolutely affecting me, as much as I want so fucking bad to be able to say, no, it didn't affect me, I'm so strong, I'm able to just, no, I'm human, still human. Hi, just a person in her van driving down I-15. I'm a real life person with a real life mental health disorder that I have dealt with for more than half of my life. And yes, it affected me and has continued to affect me and has absolutely been difficult to deal with. People like that exist. People like this horrible, wretched woman, they exist. They are real people that we have to share air and space and the world with. And it sickens me that so many good people, my niece, my daddy, my baby that I lost, so many good people live beautiful, not perfect, but beautiful lives, or don't even get to start their lives, and they die. They die. And they die young, or they die early. And then wretched, awful people, they will live till they're 90, taking up space and air, canceling positivity, drowning out happiness everywhere they go, and they will live for ages, continuing to spread their cancer. It just like, it sickens me. It sickens me. Because I know that as well as I've been able to handle it with my kids, and I have not let it send me back into the eating disorder. I haven't. Have I done as well as I would like to do as far as like with my low carb life and my whatever? No. But I haven't let me go back, sink back, slide back into that pit of despair. I haven't, and I'm so happy about that and grateful for that. But there are other people who are not in as good of a place as I have gotten into, and they will encounter this monster. I know they will. And how will it work out for them? My mom got mad at me for saying this, and some of you probably will too, but this is where I get to say what I'm thinking. And there are people like that the world would be better without. It would be doing the world a favor, it would be doing humanity a favor if those people that can you even call them people? They are just warm bodies that go around spreading hate and ignorance and sadness and cruelty. This is their whole life. This is what they do. This is how they choose to spend their one existence, is going around creating misery. I am not going to pretend that it's worth having them around taking up space. No. And I'm not going to feel bad for saying that. Nope. No. My mom got mad at me about it, and we got in a thing over it and stuff. No, there are people that need to die. Get mad at me. Go ahead. I don't care. At this point, I don't fucking care. Because people like that is their whole existence. And you know, I am not the only one. I saw it. I saw how she treated the other people coming and going from the gas station. They are a poison. They are a cancer. And they will make the world a worse place. They will ruin other people's lives, and they won't feel bad about it. In fact, they'll probably make them feel better. And those kind of people are a waste of space and a waste of oxygen. And I am not going to feel bad about that. I'm not going to feel bad that that is my truth and that I 100% believe that. Are the majority of people like that? No. Hallelujah. The majority of people are good people, not perfect people, but good people who try to at least, at the very least, even if they do nothing great in their whole lives, they at least try to do no harm. And hallelujah for that. But then you have these others who they go out with the purpose of making the world a worse place. And I can't condone people like that continuing to live and make the world worse. And I can't say that they deserve as much as anyone else to be around and to be alive and to be here. No, I can't, and I won't. Nope. But I have chosen to let this go behind me. It'll be a while. I don't know what it will take for me to be able to 100% move past this situation. Not just exactly what happened, but having to face the fact that, yes, there really are people like that. Not just the actual, instance and what was involved in that and how difficult that was. No. More just realizing, no, there really are useless, worthless human beings. They do exist. We will encounter them. And that's hard. It's hard because I am one, you guys know, if you've been with me for any amount of time on our other channels, I like to look for the good in people. I like to look for the happy things, the silver lining. Yes, I like to be optimistic and positive and try to see the good. I try so hard to see the good. So for me, it was very difficult to have the bad so blatantly, forcefully thrown into my face. And while still acknowledging that A, people like that exist, B, the world would be better if they didn't exist, but also while acknowledging those things, I choose to continue to try to find the good, to try to see the good in situations and in people. The majority of people, there are some, they are lost causes. It is what it is. But I am going to continue living my life trying to do no harm, trying to be kind, even to people who are horrible. Like I said, if she had fallen, I would go help her up because that is who I am. That is who I choose to be in this life. I will continue to try to spread some kind of happiness, some kind of hope, some kind of positivity in my own sphere of influence with the people that I interact with. I will still be friendly and kind and treat people like human beings. That is what I am going to do. And that's a good thing that has come out of this. And now I'm home. And we've gotten it all out. And this was long. It looks like we're going on 30 minutes. Holy cow. If you made it this far, all I can say is thank you. If you're like done because of my honest thoughts and whatever, that's okay too. But I got this out and I needed to get it out. And we will continue on because there is still good. As much horror and terrible people and everything that there is, there's good too. And I want to be part of the good. But that also requires acknowledging and processing the bad and not just stuffing it all away and trying to live behind some rose-colored glasses. You have to acknowledge that there is bad in order to appreciate the good. Anyway, I'm going to go have some coffee. Thank you for letting me get this out. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you soon.